A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a bold move that has ignited a firestorm of reactions, former President Donald Trump posted an AI-generated image of himself dressed as the Pope on his Truth social platform. This provocative post comes just days after he joked about wanting to be the Pope himself, ahead of the upcoming conclave where cardinals will gather to elect a new leader for the 1.4 billion Catholics worldwide. The image, which portrays Trump in full papal attire, was also shared by the White House on its official X account, further amplifying its reach and impact. The timing of the post is particularly striking, as it follows the recent funeral of Pope Francis, who passed away at the age of 88. Trump attended the funeral in Rome, where he also met with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Just a few days later, Trump made headlines by expressing his whimsical desire to become the next pope, stating it would be his #1 choice. The AI-generated image depicts Trump seated in an ornate chair, clad in white papal vestments, with his right forefinger raised in a gesture that many have found to be both irreverent and disrespectful. The response to the post has been swift and polarized, with some defending it as a harmless joke, while others have condemned it as a blatant insult to the Catholic faith. The backlash has been particularly vocal among conservative Republicans who oppose Trump, who labeled the image as a mockery of their faith. The New York State Catholic Conference, representing the state's bishops, issued a stern rebuke, emphasizing that there is nothing amusing about the situation, especially in light of the recent loss of Pope Francis. They stated, "We just buried our beloved Pope Francis, and the cardinals are about to enter a solemn conclave to elect a new successor of St. Peter. Do not mock us." Former Republican National Committee Chairman Michael Steele, a noted Trump critic, also weighed in, asserting that the post demonstrates Trump's unseriousness and lack of respect for the gravity of the situation. Meanwhile, supporters of Trump, like Debbie Macchia, defended his actions, insisting that he was merely joking. The controversy is compounded by Trump's history of sharing provocative and controversial content, including a previous AI-generated image of himself as a king, which was posted in February after his administration announced the elimination of New York City's congestion pricing program. As social media continues to buzz with reactions, users have taken to platforms to share memes, jokes, and criticisms regarding the papal image. Some have pointed out the lack of decorum associated with such a post, particularly so soon after the death of a widely respected figure like Pope Francis. Critics have expressed their disappointment, stating that the image reflects a troubling arrogance and childishness from Trump, who seems to disregard the sensitivities surrounding religious leadership and the mourning of a beloved pope. Comedian Terrence K. Williams humorously remarked on the situation, while others, like Melanie D'Arrigo, have highlighted Trump's past actions as contradictory to the values he pretends to embody. As the conclave approaches on May 7th, the Vatican has remained silent on the matter, with spokesman Matteo Bruni declining to comment during a briefing about the election process. The juxtaposition of Trump's light-hearted banter about the papacy against the backdrop of a solemn and serious event has left many questioning the appropriateness of his actions. In a world where political figures often tread the line between humor and seriousness, Trump's latest escapade has certainly blurred that line, leaving many to wonder about the implications of such behavior on the public perception of leadership and respect for religious institutions. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.